Alright guys, tough one today. This is a very tough video to make. Sonny has announced he is leaving Tottenham Hotspur. This summer is going to be his last summer as a Tottenham Hotspur player, and this is really tough. It's a really tough video to make because he's been part of the furniture now for a decade, over a decade now. 2015 he joined as a young Korean forward from Hamburg, from Leverkusen, having made his name in the Bundesliga. That happy, smiling player, you know, that joined 10 years ago, has become an absolute legend at this football club, winning us our first, helping us to win, leading us to our first European trophy in 40 years. He's announced that this will be his last summer as a Tottenham Hotspur player. I'm here in Korea we're going to have the open training. I'm just going to get some of the quotes up from Son's press conference, and a very emotional Son that was talking, announcing that he was going to be leaving Tottenham this summer. Most likely looks like to the MLS, LAFC. It looks like, you know, very emotional Son in the press conference. So he says, I just want to share information that I've decided to leave this club this summer respectfully. This club is helping me with that decision. He says, I came to North London as a kid, a boy, came to London who couldn't speak English. I leave this club as a man, thanks to all the Spurs fans who have given me so much love. Asked about his decision to leave Spurs after giving 10 years of wonderful memories, he said it was the most difficult decision I've ever made in my career. The main reason is I have achieved everything I can at Tottenham. I need a new environment for a fresh challenge. Obviously, they respect my decision. It's very hard to tell my teammates because I probably spend more time with them than my family because we're together 5 or 6 hours every day. They were disappointed but also happy for me. I spoke with only a few guys. One I've spent a long time with. They're disappointed but in a respectful way. Obviously, I'm very close to Ben and we've spoken a few times about the future. Yeah, and he said obviously they respect my decision. It's very hard to tell my teammates. He says on people pointing out he's not looked himself this tour and in pre-season. He says it's been quite a while since I made the decision to leave the club. Recent days have been difficult. It was difficult to stay bright on the outside, but I did my best not to harm the club or my teammates. Thomas Frank was doing the press conference with him. He says it's very clear that Sonny will start and lead the team out as captain. If it is his last game for Sonny, what a place to do it, here in front of his beautiful home fans, and it could be a beautiful ending. And he says, Sungmo says his exact words, translated, said, it's been a while since I decided to leave this club. It was not easy days or weeks for me. I always try to be happy, and I'm the happiest when I'm playing football, but it's not easy to leave. But it's not easy to leave a club I spent 10 years lightheartedly. I tried not to give any negative impact on other players, didn't make any sort of noises, but it was inevitable that people noticed my feelings and that he was a bit dark for the last few days. My fans even know my habits, so they could notice about it. He's about to be leaving, but I'll try to have a good time for the next 2 days. Yeah, so that is all the quotes from Sonny in his press conference. This is going to be the last we're seeing Sonny. Tomorrow against Newcastle in Seoul is likely to be his final game as a Tottenham player, leading the team out as captain. Unbelievable legend, hero at this football club. He's done so much for Tottenham Hotspur, not just on the pitch but off the pitch. The global reach, the new fan base Spurs have been able to cultivate thanks to him, the memories he's created on the pitch, the goals he has scored, the way he's gone about representing this football club, always with a smile on his face, always so respectful, always leading by example, a model professional. He is someone who's one in a million, one of a kind. You don't find a Sonny every day, and we struck gold signing Son. We didn't realise it maybe at the time, but we definitely do now. People like Son don't come around very often. They're rare, and you've got to appreciate them when they're here. And I think we did. The amount of love he got at this football club is, I don't think, comparable to many other players in Premier League history. But he leaves the club a legend, a bona fide Premier League legend, one of the best wingers to ever grace the Premier League, one of the best finishers the Premier League has ever seen, probably the best winger in Tottenham's Premier League history at the very least, or very much up there. His goal catalogue will be unmatched. The goals he scored, the quality of goals, the work he put in, never stopped running for the team, always did what was asked of him, whether it was playing second fiddle to Harry Kane, whether it was playing left back in the FA Cup semi-final, when it was stepping up in Kane's absence when he got injured, when it was stepping up in to become captain when Kane left and he had to become the striker for a year, and he was our top goal scorer with 17 Premier League goals. Anything Son was asked of him, he did it with a smile, he did it with grace, he did it with humility. And he's a special player and a special person. He has cultivated everyone at this football club in such an amazing way. He's going to be missed. It's going to be sad. It's sad already to think of a Tottenham Hotspur without Son Heung-min as their captain leading the team. It's a sad day today. I'm absolutely heartbroken, to be honest, about this news. It's absolutely gutting to think about 10 years ago, the Tottenham Hotspur he came into and the Tottenham Hotspur he's been leaving is nearly unrecognisable. The story of him as a boy from a small town in Korea, in Chuncheon, doing kick-ups for 3 hours a day with both feet, with his dad forcing him to make sure that he doesn't have a weak foot. He didn't even practice his shooting until he could make sure that he had no weak foot and either foot was strong as each other. And incredibly, that was his biggest strength. That was something that became what he became known for. Not knowing what was the strongest foot. He could shoot from 30 yards with his left or his right foot and you wouldn't be able to know. I think he holds a record in the Premier League with most goals with both feet. I think he holds a Premier League record for biggest performance in expected goals because of what an unbelievable finisher he is. One of the best statistically finishers the Premier League has ever seen. He was a freak when it came to that. There's just so much that we have to thank him for, so many memories. And to think about that elusive trophy that he waited his whole time at Tottenham for. He rejected offers. He decided to stay at Tottenham for many, many years beyond when he could have left. He signed a new contract when we were in a mess under Nuno because of his loyalty to this football club. Harry Kane left to Bayern Munich because of ambitions weren't being matched at Tottenham, but Sonny didn't believe that. He believed his ambitions could be met at Tottenham. He believed he would always have that chance to win a trophy. And at the very last, his last opportunity, his last dance, his last attempt, we won it. And he did it. And he did what he always dreamed of doing, which was winning a trophy for this football club. And we're going to be forever grateful to him, forever thankful to him for that. And one last thing, just to Son himself, I just want to thank him. I want to thank you, Son, for all the amazing memories you've created for the football club. I cannot think of a better player or person to represent the club I support. You have brought so much happiness, joy, respect to this club. I can't thank you enough for what you've done, the memories you've brought us, the person you've been, the way you've led this football club as captain, the way you've fought and worked for this football club. You're forever going to be remembered as the biggest Premier League legend we've ever seen. It'll be sad we don't get to say a proper goodbye in front of the home fans. A goodbye here in Korea will be the next best thing. But I want to say thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for representing my football club. And thank you for everything. Son, legend.